A very good evening, everyone. I'm Sakshi Rora, back with you on day 3 with Vanita Keswani, who's going to highlight the topic of fire element leading us to transformation. Let's introduce her a bit. Vanita Keswani, she's a soul teacher and healer based in Mumbai, India, dedicated to helping individuals transition from mechanical survival into deeply empowered, soul led lives. As a soul teacher, Vanita guides people to unlock the infinite power of the soul in their everyday lives. As a soul healer, Vanita uses a variety of Tao healing modalities like Tao hands, Tao song, Tao calligraphy for holistic healing that spans all aspects of life: physical health, emotional balance, mental clarity, relationships, and financial abundance. She has learned deep wisdom of 5 elements from her Chinese grandmaster, Dr. and Master Shah, as per traditional Chinese medicine, some of which she will share with us today as well. A very warm welcome to you, Vanita.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. Welcome, Kumarji. Welcome, Sakshi herself, Ashu, Jane, Devna, and Subramaniam. I can see here. Beautiful. And to all those who will be watching the recording later. So grateful to have an opportunity to share whatever our soul wants to share to each other. So happy to have an engaging audience, like we said. I heard a little about Kumarji when we were preparing and coming, and I was part of I think 2 sessions, though I was not on camera, I was listening. So I just don't know much about the others. So can I just request, just less than a minute, maybe just to talk about what some background so I know you all better. Jane, since you're on camera, can I ask you to let me know a little about yourself?
Yes, certainly, Vanita. Actually, I'm in Melbourne.
Wonderful, wonderful.
So it's very
Nice.
chilly here at the moment,
Yes.
being in winter. I came to this through Ashu. Ashu's husband, RJ, and my husband were business associates. And over the years, we've all become close friends as well. So, um, and I've spent quite a lot of time in Mumbai, and my husband Chris was from India as well, from Lucknow. So I have spent a lot of time
Oh,
in
wonderful.
India myself. He passed away nearly 5 years ago
I
now.
I
So
heard the part about the grief that you mentioned once in the session, right? That sometimes it comes up. Yes, yes.
yes,
Beautiful.
yes. So yes, so that's my invited today.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. Visha, who's my teacher across the globe, including Melbourne and Australia, in other parts of the country and the globe. And I do daily soul sessions as well, if you're interested. These sessions to everybody, I say this. Every morning I meet on online Zoom, do some meditation. Are you retired? Are you working, Jane? Do you do any?
No, I have since retired. When my husband was diagnosed with cancer, I stopped working and
Okay,
became his full-time carer.
okay.
And but I went back to university and completed a Master's of Writing and Literature
Ah,
just recently. And so I do spend quite a bit of time writing, and I publish on Substack, and I work
wow. Beautiful.
collaboratively. And I'm
Wonderful.
having a poem. I have some poetry being published in a journal soon. So that's very exciting as well.
Very exciting. Absolutely. The learning spirit, which we all should have always, always being a learner. Yeah. Shisha, good to see you.
Hello, hi. I think I'm
Hello.
the youngest in the crowd. Uh, uh, I'm based out of Bombay and I work as a brand communication strategist. Recently on a break since about the last 9 months, I delivered a baby girl like a month back.
Ah, so sweet.
Uh,
You look
so
really young. I was about to say you're in college.
Thank you so much. So I have joined a lot of WhatsApp groups, given my babies here. There are like multiple communities that help you out. And I came across this PosiFest thing on one of those groups. And the moment I saw it, I was like, I want to do this because I had heard that a lot of people get lost in a postpartum depression, anxiety, etc. I was very clear I don't want to go through that. So while I'm not working, I end up doing such workshops. I'm trying to do a parenting coach workshop. I invest in stocks. I'm doing my stock market. So I'm kind of keeping
Wow.
myself busy
Wow.
and getting some me time somewhere here and there, trying to do that.
Beautiful.
I've been very grateful to have come across this, and the last two sessions were really good, very helpful. Looking forward to this one. Thank you.
Good one. Really nice. So nice to know about you. Beautiful. Yes, sir. Vedeswaranji, tell us about you. You want to say anything or you can't speak?
No. I am a retired banker,
Uh-huh.
now 72. Now I am now presently doing as an investment advisor. I am doing for mutual fund, life insurance, health insurance, share trading and
Wonderful.
investment,
Wonderful.
and
Wonderful.
other things. Now I'm for the last 2 days I'm attending your session also. It's really
Very
interesting.
nice. Very
Very
nice.
so now let me see today's session also. It should be more interesting also. Anyhow,
Absolutely.
thanks for giving me an opportunity to give my introduction. Thank
Not
you
at
very
all. It's always a pleasure. Thank you so much. Let's try and be on camera if we can. Uh, Vedeswaranji is your father? I just wanted to know, is somebody there who's like elderly, who's not able to speak? He's not unmuting. Vijay Lakshmi, can you say please about yourself? Just less than a minute. I also heard you in one of the sessions.
Hi.
Yes. Yeah.
Hi, can you
About
hear me?
yourself. Yes, I can hear. About yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, this is Dr. Vijaya Kopikar, Vijaya Lakshmi Kopikar, and I am not a medical doctor. I'm a PhD, and I
Mm-hmm.
teach in a college in the Department of English. And yeah, I have been attending this PosiFest. Last year also I attended. I
Hola.
love it. Yeah.
Which college do you teach in?
MD Shah Mahila College. It's at Malad, affiliated to
Oh,
SNDP. Yeah.
okay, wonderful. Wonderful. Okay. So there's a gentleman who's, I think, not Zoom tech friendly, probably. We bow down to his soul. So a little about myself, like she already said, soul teacher. So there is a concept called soul teacher, which means that I'm authorized to teach you who are we, what is the soul all about. And so I'd like to start when I say who are we, when we all introduce ourselves. Besides our identity, which is so limited as Jane, Ashu, Shesha, Vijay Lakshmi, this is just a very limited identity. We're actually all a soul. In fact, my reel, when I made a reel for this PosiFest, I actually started like that. Who are we? We are a soul, but we are having a human experience. When we say we are made up of 5 elements, it does not mean that that is just our body. Our soul is much, 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 much richer. So the first takeout, if you're making notes of today, is we are not the body, we are the soul. That's the first takeout. And what does it mean? And why is it important? That while the 5 elements make up our body, when we say we are the soul, in our teacher's teachings, Master Shah, he teaches that soul is the data bank of all the information we carry across all lifetimes. So when we say in our resume that, we have 10 years experience, or I have in brand communications, I have 5 years experience, or so on and so forth. Imagine as a soul, how much experience you have. You have so many lifetimes of experience. We don't tap into it. So however much I'll be able to tell more about this, but I invite each one of you to reach out to be connected to your soul. Yeah, after this session also. So I'm going to be putting up a slide, but I want you all to be on camera as far as possible. I'm going to see everyone on the side, and so am I. We are going to be, okay, this has to close. Why is it not closing? Okay. Yeah. So to start with, okay, all the other elements, like for example, on Earth, right? Earth, what is a vehicle to move on Earth? We have automobiles, correct? Everyone? Water, we have vehicle, we have a boat, right? Air ke liye kya hai? We have a plane, correct? What is the vehicle for fire? Yeah. So I say there are various ways to answer this. That one is either it could be your guru, it could be your path, like Subramanyam ji was, I think, or Kumar ji, sorry, was talking about Sanatan Dharma. If your heart is aligned with us, suppose his heart is clearly aligned with Sanatan Dharma, right? So that is his vehicle for fire, right? For me, it's my alignment with my heart and my heart connection with my guru, which is Dr. and Master Shah. So in fire, it's all about your heart. Yeah, it helps us to ignite our inner fire. Yeah, what does that mean? Each one of you here has come only because you had an inner fire. अगर आपके अंदर जाग ही नहीं होती, in हिंदी they say जागना, in हिंदी they say जागना, कोई चीज को जानने की, yearning for knowledge, Jane. You know, if you didn't have a yearning for doing something, if you didn't have a positive igniting of fire, you wouldn't be here. Is that correct? All of us are here because we have some fire within. I invite you to reflect now before further. Take a paper and pen today if you want, or write on your phone. The first thing I want you to write is we are not the body, we are not the soul. The second thing I want you to write is any reflection that says, what is that inner fire within me? Any thoughts on your inner fire? I heard Shesha say, I do this course, I do that course. What are you doing all this for? What is your ultimate? And that answer could change today, tomorrow, or 10 months later. It will certainly change, and it should change, right? Because you're evolving. But as of date, what do you think is your inner fire? And while you're writing it, everybody, we can share it in the chat or later, but do write it, do reflect. And when you're ready to share, you can even raise your hands. If anyone wants to share right away, we are happy to break the flow, because this is the way I want the session to go. Anyone wants to raise their hand? Yes, Shesha.
I'm a little confused. Like reflection as in your emotion or like purpose, goal. Like if you could just give an example.
Yeah. So what is the fire that brought you? You said, right? I do a lot of courses. You said that, correct? There is a fire inside you that is causing you to do these courses. What is that fire? If you can go deeper, like, is it to just know more? Or is it to know myself better? Is it to master my life? You also mentioned that you didn't want to get into depression, right? But why are you even thinking like that, that I may get depression, for example? So just go deeper into what is that inner fire that I want to solve for in my life? Or what is that inner fire that brought me here? One could be simple, that I love my friend so much. For example, Jane could say, I am always open to learning and I love Ashu so much. Ashu asked me to join, so I'm here to, support. That could also be the reason. But what is that fire that brings you to a course, that brings you to where you are today, to this forum today? If you can identify, what are you looking from these 5 elements, right? It'll help you to establish something within you. There is something inside you that is wanting something. And maybe we can help you in that more deeply if we know that. Anyone else would like to share? Anyone else? Can I move on otherwise?
Yeah, I can relate with what Shesha said because I can I share?
Yes, sorry. Come on, Ashu. What is there to ask? This is a sharing platform. Yes.
So what you said is, what is that inner fire within? So I can relate with Sesha, because when I was having my kids, I was having a journey. When I got married early, I missed out on my education, and anything and everything I wanted to learn. I was I had such a deep wish to learn new things, learn education, go for further education. But somehow I always kept priorities in front ahead of me. So I had that fire to keep learning, and that brought me here also. That I want to keep learning, a lifelong learner I can be now. I feel that is one thing I can relate with. Since you
Absolutely. I think all of us are. That's what I said. We are all wanting to be learner, but can we go a bit deeper? And I will take you deeper in this in terms of the true purpose. That's where I'll bring my soul teachings. So what is the purpose of our life? Anyone has any thoughts on that? What is the purpose of all our purpose of life is common, by the way. there's one common umbrella, and then there are, of course, the through what you do that is different, of course. But what is the purpose of life? Remember, I'm a soul.
See,
Yes.
right, what I say?
Yes, Kumarji. I'm just waiting.
Hello?
I cannot wait for listening to you.
I'm not able to find to raise the hand. किधर है मालूम नहीं पड़ रहा है मुझे.
अच्छा, no problem. सीधा unmute करने का बोलने का. Yes.
Yeah, see, there is a saying in our Tamil by one of the oldest. She's called Avvai Mudalli. Avvaiya, okay? She used to say, கற்றது கைமண்ணளவு கல்லாதது உலகளவு. 1 minute. That translates to what you have learned is just a handful of mud equal to, and what you are going to learn is as big as this universe. Okay, so one of the purposes of joining this PosiFest, one is I'm perfectly relating to the philosophical thing. The second thing, you can learn more. As the lady, when the young girl said a few minutes back, you want to learn as much as you can, as long as you are in this world. That is one of the reasons that forced me to enter in this discussions and deliberations.
Yes, Kumarji, that's a common thing as I can hear from everyone, like I said, right? We are all here because we are lifelong learners. The deeper purpose now I'm coming to as a soul, because that's a human body saying, I want to learn, my mind wants to learn, right? But we are a soul, remember? So the purpose of life is to increase the positive information in our soul. We're all born with a virtue bank.
Correct.
Right? We have positive and negative information in that soul, which is a reincarnated soul I'm talking about. The original soul does not have anything negative. It's the Tao, it's the source, it's the creator, the Paramatma. So the purpose of our life is actually, why are we born? Ask yourself, we are born because we keep reincarnating. In this life, I start with a virtue bank. Can I increase my soul power? There's a concept of soul standing, which means the more positive information I get into my soul, the better. So fire brings us to that heart, which is the central organ, which is not just this physical heart I'm talking. This is the spiritual heart, which is the receiver of all the information and learning we are doing. If we just learn and don't apply, will it help? It won't. You need to apply, for which your heart has to be open. So some of you said, I did a practice, I did yoga today, I got triggered because yesterday was something. That's the important part, not just coming and learning and doing 5 courses. So I want you to reflect again. And this can go after the session as well. You can talk to me separately. What is the true purpose of your life? And the common purpose of all life is to serve. The purpose of life is to serve. SERV, seva. How do we serve is different. Somebody could serve in one way, somebody could serve in another way. But the ultimate, so how do we define service? Write down if you want. HHEE. To make others happier, healthier, empowered, and enlightened. HHEE. This is Master Shah's teaching. What is service? Service is to make the other person in front of you happier, healthier, empowered, and enlightened. We think we're learning. We're thinking of me. We're thinking of only this body. Go away from that and say, okay, if I'm learning something, how am I going to apply this to serving somebody? Okay, did I make some aha moment inside some of you? I hope so, right? But idea is not just to keep learning. Idea is to serve, yeah? Okay. Let me move forward. So a soul-guided life has a fire of clarity, not just the fire of just picking up, okay, hustling. That's called hustling. Do this also, do that also, do this also. And sometimes the path is through that. I'm not saying it's wrong. Through that, you get clarity, correct? But you should keep evolving. So the fire element is associated with our ability to see both the physical light in ourselves, like the physical body, the 5 elements, but more importantly, the spiritual light of consciousness that guides the darkness, that removes the darkness, that guides us to light. The darkness of ignorance is taken away. So a fire in our hearts can provide the energy we need for the right action. If we just keep taking the fire and say, okay, I don't sit back and think, okay, why am I doing this? Should I do this? Should I do that? Spend some time and understand why. Okay, should I take a path? Should I try to define what's my service? What's my purpose? What am I leading my life to? And then do things in that direction. Highest service is always consciousness service. You can serve through becoming anything, but if you serve a soul journey, nothing can be better. For example, donating money is one service, but that's the lowest form of service in that sense, because you're just making the person dependent. How can you empower that person? Empower, enlighten, that is the piece. So soul guided life, I want you to reflect on what is your purpose, what is your soul guided, and the age does not matter. Yes, Shisha.
I had got to know once from one of the Gurujis, like from the Bhagavad Gita point of view, that even serving should not be with a purpose. Like, for example, if we feed the cows every day, in our head, it is like we are feeding, आज ये feed करेंगे तो something nice will or good will happen to us. But that technically,
Unconditional service, that's called, Shisha.
yeah.
Very good point. So, do you want to say something else? I just
So
added because
that's
the
what I
word
wanted to
unconditional.
understand.
Yeah, it has to be unconditional. If it is only, for example, now for the same time, like a CEO or a person, you're working in a brand communication, somebody's is a professor, somebody's retired, in all ways, right? We all have different pathways. But even while working, if you're working in an organization we all want money, we work, but if you're working for money, if you're working just to kind of, okay, 9 to 5, I'm ticking box, I'm doing my jobs, and I'm not having the heart of service, then you will not be aligned with your soul. That's what it means. That's why people leave. You have the second career like mine, right? I was 30 years a CEO in an ad agency. So you should connect with me, Madison, right? So 30 years, and then now I've taken the plunge to, okay, not that I wasn't doing this work alongside. For 15 years plus, I was spiritual. I did a lot of practices, but today I do only this. And I can't imagine going back. That clarity comes, like I said, with you keep working parallelly towards something, but you're sure that you want to do something. You want to go towards a service, right? Why I said that example is even when I was working, the heart of service was there. So people who came to meet me, some junior people want meetings with you, in an agency setup. I was the one always used to give time to everyone. I'm not boasting. I'm just trying to give you an example. The heart of service. The purpose of life is to purify your heart so that you become a good soul, so that you can achieve something. Another quick example before you move to the next slide is a king who made a lot of temples and did some great work in his dynasty. He was very proud of himself and he went to heaven and he asked God, how much virtue I have received in this life? And God said 0. And why so? Guess, Shisha. Why?
Because he was always chasing a goal versus doing it selflessly.
Towards his ego. He was doing the temples, but they did good things, but the intention of doing those good things was not serving, was only getting fame. Am I able to make you clear about soul guided life now? The fire of clarity. Okay. Okay. In India, of course, we have such a beautiful culture of lighting fire, right? So whenever you want to make a conducive atmosphere, the first thing is we light an oil, we light. So this is so much part of it. And the fuel for the lamp is like, it's better to do this rather than just candles. It's even more better, right? So what you're trying to do is to make a fire with a material that creates a certain aura around it. And this is where space and fire go together, right? The aura gets created by the space element. This is just to spark something within you. That fire is so sacred. It's in the heart, but it's very sacred. So it creates an etheric space, like I said. Yeah. When it comes to you don't put the hand in the fire. Yeah. You put the hand on the आरती में कैसे करते हैं हाथ ऊपर करते हैं because that creates an aura. So you're taking so how many of you light a lamp? Ask yourself. My grandmother used to light a lamp. My mother-in-law used to light a lamp every evening. I still don't, though I have written this. I just take the convenience route of the candle. But tell me, whenever I get a chance in some big forum, when there is a lighting lamp ceremony, my heart just opens so much. It just feels so beautiful when they sing that Ma Saraswati in colleges, like someone is teaching in a college, right? She said Vijaya, right? When I serve there, they do that Saraswati lamp lighting. I love it. So this is again just triggering to you that if you feel aligned, you could see if you want to do this. It really helps because it connects you to the divinity. It opens your heart. Now there is two kinds of fire. There's a good fire and a fighting fire. Anger is fighting fire. And let me tell you, there is deep spiritual wisdom that anger burns literally virtue. You remember I told you there's a virtue bank we carry? It's very easy to burn it. We learn a lot of good things. Why did I say wisdom and application is very important? In a meditation session, we'll meditate, do everything good. When we reach home, we start fighting with whoever we live with or someone on the phone or whatever. How do we purify our heart is what fire element is. It's only to develop within you good fire. The inner fire to do more, to learn more, to apply more, to be wise, to be helpful, to be of service. Yeah. Old conditions, if you do the same old thing, you will not be able to do that. You have to do new things. So you compare the frequency, again, a reflection. I've written a lot of things now. Frequency, positivity of sun, moon, forest, discernment, self-discipline, and suddenly you see anger. The moment you read this amidst the other words, how does it clearly stand out to be negative, doesn't it? It's like, oh my God, there's such beautiful sun, moon, self-discipline. What's this anger? What is this lust? What is this greed? What is this hatred? And then you bring love. You're seeing the difference in the frequency of good fire and fighting fire. So compare the frequency and positivity of words and thoughts. What's the reflection on this slide now? Compare the frequency of every moment in your day. Am I thinking good? Am I speaking good? Am I acting good? Thoughts, words, and speech. If there's something I can truly change in my inner ecology of fire, how do I build on my inner ecology of fire? Okay. This is another teaching which is as per yogic and Ayurvedic teachings. There are these kinds of fire. There's Jataragini, which is about the belly and the groin. Jinke paas khane ko nahi hai. If you go and tell them, soul journey, a beggar on the street, what will he say? Mujhe khane ko de do, mujhe bhook lagi hai. Correct? So there's the Maslow's law. Does everyone know the Maslow's law? Yeah. So there's something like that. So it starts with Jataragini, which means the fire of the belly. You need that fire. Belly has fire. It wants to eat. Some people are born because of their past soul standing, because of their past ancestral karma. They are born in this situation that they just barely get over the Jataragini. They barely get over that, right? But some people who are born in very underprivileged societies and in a very underprivileged condition still go to Chittagni. Don't you hear of such cases? A boy from a village who's very, very, poor, but he goes into intellectual sharpness. We've seen such cases. One is to say that the person has done its own thing, but deeply it is a product of his own past karma and his ancestral karma. So we are born in certain places because of our past lives. We are given an opportunity to rise our soul standing wherever we are, whether it's Jataragini, Chittagni. Now, what is Bhutagni? Bhutagni is about yogis who have mastery over life. They say, okay. And then overall the life process, Sarvagani is like ultimate oneness, supermasters. But we hope that all of us can move between Chittagni and Bhutagni. And then finally, whenever we are ready. So Chittagni, very interesting. Again, a very interesting observation. Do we see in comic books, they say a light bulb to show an idea? You see in all those comics and in all those things. So that's fire again, right? The light bulb is what? Chittagni. It's intellectual sharpness. So this is just, again, any reflections you have. How do you control? Like, for example, in the Jata Ragini, all of us feel hungry. How do we eat a balanced diet? How do we do something where our fire is in the right place for food, the right food? How do we build our intellectual sharpness? How do we not get too interested in food and junk food and sexuality or any such things, right? Some people need to be reminded to go home. We become workaholics. Some people are like that. They are Chitagani. They just want to do well in life. They're like, me. That's ego. They just wants to develop. They're not having the heart to open to, take care of your own self, to go higher into other things like Bhutagni. If you just work hard, is that the true purpose of life? So what's that balance between all these? It's not that you're only in one condition, but you have all. Lord Krishna is an example. Imagine Lord Krishna eating butter, right? That's Jataragini. Sharpness when he taught Arjuna. Yeah, of course he had mastery over life. Yeah, he was a Sarvagini. So everything can be possible together. But this is to understand that these are the kinds of fires that we have within our body, right? Okay, now this is my traditional Chinese medicine teaching. And of course, you'll get a recording also. But if you want to take a picture, you can take a picture as well. Why? Because this is some very interesting wisdom. Every element has a yin organ and a yang organ. You've seen that ball of yin and yang. So the authority organ is the yin organ. Authority organ means which organ controls that element, which is why we said fire is heart. The fire element is controlled by the heart, but all these things are connected with the fire element. What are these things? Small intestine, blood vessels, sweat, tongue and taste. When you're not well, the tongue and taste goes haywire. You've noticed, right? Aapka yahan coating ho jati hai. That's a sense, yeah? What is the unbalanced emotion of heart and fire? Depression, anxiety, excitability. The opposite, the balanced emotion is joy. Joy. And each finger is an element, by the way, right? So the highest, how to remember fire? Kaun si sabse badi ungli hai hamari? Which is the highest? Center. Middle finger. And the fire goes the tallest, right? When there's a large fire, it goes up. So that's the way to remember that which finger is fire. And now I'll do a practice with all of you to expand your heart. If you have anything weighing on your heart right now, bring it. If you're not, also just openly receive. The mantra is called Ah. TCM has a sound mantra for each element. So the fire element has the mantra Ah. So I'm going to stop sharing this now and do a practice with you with Ah. Just give me a moment to stop sharing. Till here, anyone wants to share anything, please continue to talk. Give me a minute for opening the link to do a practice with my teacher's beautiful animation. I'll just open it. How's it going for everyone?
Awesome.
Superb. Awesome. Heart is the central organ, physically, spiritual light. Beautiful. Just need to open it. It's not just some tech blockage. Just give me a minute. Yeah, I got it. Sakshi, there are some comments. I'm not reading them. So if there's anything you need to highlight to me, let me know.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So here we are. We have elements practice. These are recorded in Master Shah's books. Whoever's interested in all what I spoke, please connect to me personally. I do a lot of sessions. And we're going to do the R practice to the heart is the fourth soul house. Soul house is nothing but a chakra. So we're going to do this practice, see how it's to be done exactly the way it is in the animation. Okay. There'll be a animation. They'll show you to breathe in and then say ah. Okay. I'm starting. Okay. Breathe in, everyone. And see the tummy going out and then ah. One hand on the navel, left hand on the navel, right hand on the heart. Ah. Once you know how to visualize, you can even close your eyes. It'll be even more powerful. Ah. Visualize light like this, lighting up your heart. Inhale. Ah. Inhale. Ah. Inhale.
Ah.
Ah. Inhale. Ah. When you inhale, your tummy should go outwards. Inhale. Ah. Inhale. Ah. Inhale. Ah. Inhale. Ah. Inhale. Ah. Visualize golden light rotating in your heart in the center of your chest. Shining, radiating golden light, divine light in your heart. Say the word out loud. The sound vibrates in your heart. Ah. 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 Ah.
Ah.
Ah. Okay, there's 3 steps to it. Very interesting. The next step is 3 times ah. Okay, so we go there. 3 times ah. So now it's going to be experiential. The rest of it is some soul practices I'm doing. The wisdom is over now. So enjoy the practices. Do ah, ah, ah. Ah, ah, ah. Look at the light ball, the way it's rotating, and do that with your heart.
Ah.
Ah. Ah. Ah. Release all blockages. Ah. Ah. The light in your heart is cleansing any negative information it carries. Ah. 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 Okay, inhale. Ah. Inhale. Ah. 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 Inhale. Ah. 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 Now, sometimes now just silently chant in your heart. Don't need to say it aloud. Listen to Master's voice and in your heart chant without opening your mouth.
Ah, ah, ah,
Uh, uh,
Yes, it's highly likely that you feel sleepy because there will be a high frequency of light coming. This practice is very sacred, very profound. The master's voice itself is healing. So it's very natural to feel sleepy if you feel so. This is the last step. Don't need to necessarily chant because it's a different mantra. But look at the visualization and try to do it. It will really cleanse deep blockages. Okay. Okay, see the visualization.
Aya, 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 yo.
Try to visualize this light ball moving from your first chakra to your heart, coming back and moving from the back. Beautiful visualization, very powerful.
Aya, aya, yo.
The mantra is only sound. It is nothing, it doesn't mean anything.
Ya, 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 yo.
You can feel the ball moving at the back like this. It will give you so much of lightness.
Aya, 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 yo. Aya, aya, yo. Aya, 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 yo. Aya, 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 yo. Aya, 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 yo. Aya, aya, yo.
Aya,
Aya, aya, yo. Aya, 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 yo. Aya, 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 yo. Aya, aya, yo.
aya,
Aya, aya, yo. Aya, 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 yo.
One more time.
Aya, 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 yo. Aya, aya, yo.
Aya,
Aya, aya, yo. Aya, 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 yo.
Okay, prepare to close now. Take a deep breath. Okay, some sharing, and then I have a worksheet which I'll open up where we will ask you to ask yourself about your heart health. your spiritual heart health as well as your physical heart health. Okay, how was this practice for anybody? How did you feel? Did you feel lighter? Did you feel anything at all? Tell me.
It was very calming and very relaxing. Like it just made me feel like now I'm on a different planet or something, like away from the whole.
Beautiful. Yeah, it's a very powerful practice. Not that you need the master's voice, you can even do this, but happy to share and meet and take you through these simple tools in life and do lots more. Jane, you want to say something?
Yeah, I'm feeling very much the same as Tisha. I'm very relaxed and feel yeah, a little sleepy actually.
Yes, I was just about to ask you, feeling sleepy. I told you already it's very normal. Of course, if you were sitting slightly more straighter, like in a bed, you'll feel very sleepy. Like if I sit on my sofa and take a class with Master Shah and his teachers, I sleep. But if I sit on my chair, then it slightly prolongs my stay on the session. These
Yeah.
powerful practices actually give you such high light that you tend to just feel so relaxed and you just want to sleep. So you absorb and integrate that light. Kumarji, anything from you?
See, I see the last one, third step. It synchronizes with the swaras of Samaveda. Okay. Uha, uha, uha. Like this it goes. So somehow I could correct this with the Samaveda Swara Mantra.
Very nice. Very nice. Yeah.
Particularly the third one. And what does it really represent? That pictorial representation, the ball was coming to the down, then heart, then to the brain. What does it really represent?
What was it? You're asking me or you're saying
Yeah,
that?
I'm asking you, what does it?
It's about the chi moving. Chinese medicine says that the movement of chi is very important. So if you saw, there were a lot more practices like this. This was for the fourth chakra, the heart. So the first chakra lights up the fourth chakra and it lights up the entire body
lights
with
up.
the meridian,
It is
right?
good
It
to know.
lights up, correct? Right. It clears blockages between
Got
this
it, got it.
passage. Now, when I do the fifth soul house, which is the fifth chakra, it will come from the first till here. So there'll be a different mantra for that, and it'll come here, then go down, and then again go back from that. So there's a central meridian in our body, which is from the straight
Got it, got
7
it.
lines, and the back is called the San Wai Jiao in Chinese medicine. So this is a teaching that.
But somehow that the swara, the tone is symmetrical to that Samaveda mantra.
Yes, it should be. Now, a lot of spirituality is oneness. Some things we change. We get very, very clear that this is very similar to this. For example, Master Shah's.
It is
Yeah.
said that when you chant Vedas in the right order with the mantras and swaras,
Correct.
you are I mean, generally you don't encounter with any diseases at all. That's what it is given to understand.
It is true. It is absolutely true.
And end of the day, our dharma, Sanatana dharma, as I used to always mention, is based on faith. You have to believe it. Okay. It is an art of, it's a way of living. You have to absorb it, do it, then only you will experience it, then only you will come to know. You have to believe it. You cannot just say, oh, Aisa, you cannot say. You have to believe it, you have to implement it, then only you will come to know.
Okay,
That's
I'll share a slide on this. This is a very important thing you brought up. So Master Shah says it's scientific, the light. You need not believe it first. You can take a borrowed faith because first you can't believe from the day one. That is Master Shah. Let me also share with you how the soul healing works. Since you mentioned belief. Okay, the soul is the data bank of all information, and the blockages are our past life causes, ours and our ancestors. As you see, we have positive and negative information in our soul. The heart, which is what we are working with today, is the receiver. Yeah, you very rightly said faith, but faith is going to increase the positive information in the heart. But guess what? Even if you don't have faith yet, because you don't know, you are a person who wants to experience. If your heart is open to receive, if you surrender and say, I do not know this, That is also faith. So faith is, it depends how you
Exactly,
define
exactly.
faith.
Yes,
Correct.
you
So
defined
you
it
have to
exactly.
receive, correct. So you have to receive. The heart is the receiver. So today is all about the heart, and the fire element is all about the receiving, the purpose, the clarity. What do I want to receive and what do I not want to receive? For example, if somebody calls us a thief, very often relationship blockages, and I'll cover this in relation again in my session on relationships, but it's just coming up now. So I'm saying, if somebody calls us something wrong words or gali dete hain, something, we take it to heart. You say that, na, don't take it to heart. This is what
Correct.
it means.
Don't take it to heart.
Don't
Exactly.
take it to heart means don't receive it only. Why are you
Correct.
receiving it? Because if you don't receive negative information, your
Correct.
positive information will stay. But if you receive the negative information, what will happen? Your mind will think negative. You will take wrong actions. You will have something wrong happening in the matter level, which is the physical level. This is the law of creation as per ancient wisdom. Yeah. And it can be in different ways, in different dharmas, in different paths, but this is what our teacher teaches us. Now, the back line is also very important. After soul leads to heart, leads to mind, energy, matter, what do you send back as information? Remember, I said every breath, every moment is a chance to serve. And to serve in what way? To make others happier, healthier. So when you are too much into our things, right? Like when my mother, she's no longer now there, but when she was alive, she was having a very acute pain. And we were taking soul healing from one of our senior masters, and she was told to do some practices. And she told master, I'm not getting relief. What do I do? I've taken from your thing. I work on my heart opening, etc., etc. Guess what the master told her? Anyone for any guesses?
Surrender, maybe.
Close to that. Service. So the master said, can you forget your pain? I know it's paining. Can you put yourself to serve someone? Can you serve someone? Why? That was so deep. Because of the virtue bank concept. Our soul has negative information. The pain is not only because of this life, it is because something deeper is here that is negative. So I work on releasing these blockages with daily practices and soul blessings. So when we do this, the heart has to be open. And then if this doesn't happen, what do you send back? You send back service, you send back gratitude, you send back all positive things. Because if you start complaining, then you're only increasing your negative information here. That is the teaching. So very, very powerful. To serve is very, very powerful, and it's not difficult to serve. We have very simple modalities to serve. I can help people to say, what's the highest, best way and simplest way to serve? I can teach you some beautiful techniques to do that. Okay, so we are almost there. I just also had a worksheet. Let me see if I can share that. It's just to see how you're feeling in the various ways that we just, can you see the slide?
Yes.
Okay. So first of all, there's all basis TCM, right? You remember blood vessels. So if you feel your hands get cold very fast, your circulation feels sluggish, then you're low. So all of you can make a tick on what you are in various ways, and then you can work. Balanced or excess heat. You feel intensely hot, and you also obviously get angry fast. You also have sudden racing heartbeats, which is anxiety. That's excess of heat. When you say balancing elements, that's what it means. When you do this practice of that can balance your heart, that can balance these things. So you can measure how are your blood and vessels. Second, how's your face? Does it look pale or tired, or it has a glow in your face? It does not matter if you have wrinkles on your face. It's a glow that is very different from divine light. Yeah. So does that happen, or it gets very red separately, very, very fast? It shows on your face, you take it very personally on things, then it shows very fast. That's your complexion mirror. Okay. What is the heart is the house of the mind. So do you feel sluggish? Do you feel demotivated, disconnected, or you feel calm, positive, which is relaxed, or you feel your mind is racing? scattered, you suffer from insomnia, or you have very vivid dreams. Dreams is not something very great to have, by the way. Dreams is that soul is basically traveling. Soul is disconnected. If your soul is at peace, then you will just not necessarily even remember your dreams if you have them. So if you have very vivid dreams, you get up with it and all, it's a sign of your mind racing too much. Yeah. Tongue. Remember, tongue is important, I said. Now, how does expression work with tongue? Do you find it hard to express yourself, or a sense of taste feels dull also? Either of the two. Or you speak with clarity and truthfulness, authenticity in your life. And it's a lot to do with where you are. Who are you surrounded with? Is that person willing to open his heart to, or her heart to, your expression? But you need to heal yourself if you're not able to express yourself. This is very, very important. You need to express yourself. Otherwise, you will get gradually these things work on your disease in the body. And then some people stumble over words. They talk very fast. They get a lot of tongue sores. That's also heart. Yeah. So this you can see. And last but not the least, sweating. If you experience spontaneous sweating, intense, nice sweat, that's also it's a sign of some extremes. But if you sweat normally, healthily, only during exercise, then this is okay. Yeah. So you can just say 1, 2, 3 and calculate a score if you like, but it's not so much to do a score necessarily. This is to reflect on each aspect of your heart health. Is everyone done theirs? Can I move on? Yeah, I hope so. So this is just the scoring. So if you feel a lot of deficiency, these are some questions to ask. Where in your life have you been withholding your passion? You know, you want to do something, but you're not able to do it. What is that one tiny thing that can you bring you genuine joy that you can do today, tomorrow? Yeah. One thing that really brings you joy. Then what daily habit can you maintain, which is what I can help you with. Already some people have some daily habits. I can help you to create a daily habit to maintain this peace and warmth, even if you are balanced. Maintenance is very important. It's like you want to go to the gym, you just do it for then and then stop, or you want to lose weight, you do a crash diet and then you stop. What happens? That's not balance. So if you need anything and your life is your soul journey, remember your physical journey, you can write this down. Your physical journey, purpose of your physical journey is to serve your soul journey. Never forget that. Your physical journey is not here to only serve your physical life. It is to do the higher consciousness part. And what is that cool down practice do you need to prevent yourself from burning out? What can you gently say no to this week? Yeah. What can you gently say no to this week? I hope these have helped you. These were some triggers. These are some questions. And now we come to the end of the session. Now, any other sharing, question and answers, happy to take.
So, yes,
Yes.
Shesha, sir. It's okay. It's okay.
I just missed one thing. When you said HHEE, it was happier, healthier, empowered,
And enlightened. Consciousness. Enlightened, yes. Because with empowerment, you will get enlightened. If you're told about who you really are, your soul has lifetimes of experience. If you can connect to your soul, your original soul, you'll be blessed. Your life will start falling in patte pe aa jati apne aap. You don't have to work hard for it, honestly. You just have to align with your soul, and gradually people just start. Like I have students who came to me. I have a person who 6 years ago was suicidal who came to me. Today she runs a Zumba class. Another person who was into something like you do brand communications, the PR scheme, she was having burnout issues. And she came to me. We just worked with some healing modalities. Today she's resigned and now she's a yoga teacher. She's working as a yoga teacher. So all our passion points, what are you stopping yourself from? That was one of the questions. What do you really deep inside want to do? Yeah. Yes, Ashu.
One second. Yeah. Hi, Vanita. That was really good insight, what I got. And one question I had, it just stayed with me. They said in service, when we do service, giving money is the lowest form of service. So I would like to understand why that is considered like this. And secondly, what is the highest form of service then?
The soul empowerment. And that's from that chart. Very nice question. And that's chart again. Why it's the highest. Okay. When you get some illness, suppose any illness, okay. When you heal anything at the matter level, that is just where you are in the third dimension. Correct? तो आपने उसको सॉल्व कर दिया, मेरे को कुछ ऐसा हुआ, मैंने ये कर दिया. उसका रूट कॉज क्या था? सोल था. Hair, हमेशा the root cause is soul. Correct? If you are just changing this, it's the lowest. It's the lowest. You're not doing anything about the root cause. It will keep coming back in various forms. Correct? So if you're giving money to somebody, fine. I'm not saying I give money to everybody, and I give it for a different purpose, by the way. I give it not because of anything else, but I believe someone who, and this is again a very interesting insight. Some beggars, notice next time on the pathway, they may just come to you, and some will not come to you. They'll just miss you. They'll go to someone else. I do deeply believe the person who comes to me has a debt against, like we carry something between each other. I believe, because I am very soul-oriented life I lead. So when I do it also, I do it with a soul purpose. I don't do it for just again, the intention. Remember temple build करना, पैसे देते time आप क्यों पैसे दे रहे हो, वो matter करता है. अगर आप इस हिसाब से दे रहे हो कि अच्छा मैं इसको पैसे दे रही हूँ, इसकी life थोड़ी ठीक हो जाएगी, that's very basic human stuff. That's not soul-oriented giving. But if you are conscious that this soul has come into my field, probably I need to balance something in my past life. That's why she's come to me. Otherwise, she could have come to millions of other people, right? क्यों आपके पास आया वो? वैसा सोच के अगर आप प्रेयर करके उसको देते हो कि इसकी सोल थोड़ी बड़ी हो जाए, इसकी सोल जर्नी हेल्प हो, that's suddenly you're changing, giving money also from matter to soul. Am I able to explain now why this is lowest? Because you're just solving a human problem, that's lowest. If you're solving a soul thing, which is making someone happier, healthier in a different way, deeper way, that is highest.
Yes, that explains it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Ma'am,
Yes,
check.
you're audible.
Question. Are you, correlating fire with all the emotions? Or in other words, all the emotions are being personified as fire?
No, I didn't say all emotions. I just said heart is the receiver of all emotions. The only emotion that is fire has is anxiety, depression. Anger is with liver. And
what role does fire play here? See, we see fire in different forms, correct? What is the real role of fire in this particular aspect of your teaching in this session?
Multiple roles. One is that it creates an aura. When you light up a fire, it creates an aura with whatever else you need. It's a medium. It becomes a medium through the space around it. One thing I told you that.
Medium. Okay.
Yes, medium of through the space around it. So it combines with space.
Correct.
Then the next, which is that whole yagan and all that you do. The
Yeah,
second
exactly.
is the traditional Chinese medicine chart, that fire and A mantra, which means that the heart has to open. Remember you said faith, this thing, to be able to do it. Not everyone has to be born like that. You can cultivate purification of heart. So this practice is a cultivation of purity of heart, the A practice. So that is what is about purifying your heart. And the third is that the emotion of anxiety, stress has to go away, excess sweat, all these things are as per the worksheet, was all as per the TCM chart, that these are the related blood vessels, circulation, sweat, tongue taste, all this is heart related, which is fire. So
what does
fire,
this science is called?
TCM, traditional Chinese medicine.
Chinese it is.
Traditional Chinese medicine, yes.
Oh.
Yes, Shesha.
So when a follow-up question to the beggars and the debt part, So a lot of like these days, if you see in places like Bombay and all, there are a lot of people who try to scam you also, right? Like that's one. And the second thing is that if you've given money, a lot of times it's happened that we've gotten to know, not to those beggars, but to other people that they've ended up using it to have
So
alcohol.
happy this question has come up. I can't even thank you all enough for bringing such a question. This is so deep. The more deeper you go with soul, this will give you the level of soul teachings we believe in. Okay. I remember I said if you're solving for the matter,
What
if
was the
you
question, please? What was the question?
the question is about beggars, about giving money, why it is lowest, and how you can make it a higher service. I'm teaching them how you teaching myself and everybody how you can make any action of yours with the heart intention being pure as a soul, not as a body. That's my
Correct.
teaching. Okay.
Correct.
The question she has asked is very, 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 very sacred, which is about Ashu first asked, ki, explain why. I explained why. Okay. Now she's asked further, ki, and it's very correlated. The answer is the same, and you'll go deeper, you'll love it. So the person, when the person comes, firstly, I remember the spiritual debt angle. If you understand that the divine is doing all this, we are just a human body. We are nowhere to help this person. मेरे पैसे से इसका कुछ उधार होगा. We are nobody to judge the person is getting it or there is a crime going behind it. Leave all judgment. That is your ego. Because you are trying to solve the matter, you're thinking
Correct.
like that. If you leave that ego, you give from a heart of service, your records will be clear. The other person's record will be
So,
negative
in
if
other
they.
words, the Gita sloka karma nivadikaraste mahaphaleshu
Absolutely.
kadachara.
Yes.
Ma karma
The
phala
wisdom will be
ma
same, Kumarji. The wisdom will be same, but obviously I'm not a Gita reader or a Sanatan
No,
Dharma.
I'm just telling you.
No. And I know this shlok. I'm saying the wisdom is the same. I'm saying it's oneness. I'm very glad you're bringing it up. But all I'm saying is I'm just taking it through the turn of the teachings I do. Right? So in a way, very good that you're seeing the oneness because that's what it is. It's all one. But this is something that I truly believe, and I always tell people, lead a soul first life, being a soul teacher and soul leader. It changes your life completely. If you start letting go of yourself, identity of yourself as Vanita and something more deep, and really letting the divine decide for you and not judging your actions to help somebody in a,
Correct, correct.
who
I
are
fully
you?
agree.
Who are
In
you?
other, we have a different explanation for this, but fully agree with you.
Thank you
Totally
so
agree.
much.
So I would
Yeah.
like to
Thank you.
just
Thank you. It was a nice session.
Thank you, Kumarji.
Can I take leave if you don't mind?
Of course, please go ahead. Thank you.
So I personally, ठीक है, everything was perfectly, understood, the way you've put it up. Just trying to understand when you said that, this fire element is helping you to open your chakras. When you open the chakras, it's automatically leading you to some kind of transformation within you,
Correct.
Yeah.
right? This
Yeah.
is what
Heart
we are trying to say.
transformation.
Again, at the same time, I would say that emotions like maybe anger, if at all we think it as fire, or depression or anxiety, if taken in a good direction, if taken it as a opportunity to grow, will help us to grow. We say in
Of
darkness, if
course.
you're just lighting a diya, the room is
Yes.
lit with light, right?
Absolutely.
So in
Absolutely.
that same manner, if anger is processed in a way that can help you grow, can transform your life. Like a very small example, I would like to say that, there are times when you're just overburdened with things, or maybe people have said something and you've ignored over the time. And so there was one few times probably I would say that, I was just overwhelmed with a lot of things. And there are times I just wanted to yell. And maybe at that moment there was no reason to do, but it's so much in your head. So I just went to the pool and nobody was there. Just put a speaker on and I yelled. It was like just releasing that anger in a way that didn't harm anybody else or it didn't come out in front of anyone. Because even if you're releasing that anger, it may be right, but the other person doesn't process it properly, right? And
Correct.
the moment I come back, I'm fine. It's just at the need of the release that you need to do.
So Sakshi, if you don't mind, I will just say exactly the same. I go back to that chart. Just picturize that chart. What you changed was just the energy and matter. You did
Correct.
not heal the soul. That is what I want you to tell. When you come to me with something like this, I will teach you a soul technique to work with the soul of anger, the soul of liver, so that it never comes up. And I'm not saying it never comes up means it's like that, those 4 charts of yogic and Ayurvedic tradition also, right? If you want to live with that stage of intellect thing, then this is fine. And I'm not talking, when somebody asks me, does soul healing work? The answer is, where does it work? Does it work at the matter level?
Absolutely.
It works at the soul level. So I'm just taking the conversation to a deeper level to say, because I'm a soul teacher, it's beyond the 5 elements and it's beyond the body. But as a body, you're perfectly okay, right? Energy, action, all be healed. So somebody does a surgery of a thing and he says, I'm fine. I ask, is the soul healed? No, it's not healed. So we talk about the holistic health of the soul, heart, mind, body, not just eating the body and the energy. That's the difference. So releasing anger and feeling happy about it is just a very small part of your human existence. If you want to go beyond, there is much more to heal beyond. Yeah. So anger is burning virtue, by the way. When you yelled that, your virtue bank was reduced, Sakshi, which you don't see. It's an invisible virtue bank.
If one is able to control their anger, no, they can win anybody, anything in this world. Anger is the worst thing that one should, or the emotion that one should
I
not
don't
have.
agree with that, positive thing and all that. Aisa nahi hota. Anger has positive information though. I agree with part of what you said, but doing it like the way you said, I don't agree. But anger has positive information. For example, the reason why you were getting angry, if you can identify, usually why do we get angry? We want to control something in a positive way and it's going negative. Usually that's the way we get angry. कि कुछ अच्छा नहीं हो रहा है, जो अच्छा होना चाह रहे हैं, क्यों नहीं हो रहा है? Like, you get frustrated, that's why you get angry. If you can just pick that aspect and say, I let go of the control, again, coming back to your soul journey and deepen your practice, you will be absolutely fine. Yeah. But if you want to control that in a nice way, in a service way, right? Then you do some practices at the soul level to change that, rather than trying to do it at the human level. Because soul practices will always work harder than the human practices. Sorry if I was a little...
No, absolutely very fine. Thank you, and enjoyed the session.
Thank you, Kumar.
Learning new things about TCM and other things. So very happy.
Yes, thank you.
A different
Okay.
perspective of the 5 elements. At least Agni's fire.
Thank you. Okay, so we take leave today. Sakshi, you want to say anything?
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, God. Thank you, Divine. Thank you for all our
Thank
souls
you.
who had to meet and unite in this way to receive this talk, this wisdom, and much more with each other. We're obviously connected. There's no reason why we otherwise met. So we are very grateful. I'm very grateful. Always at your service. Anytime needing me, please take my number, call me, talk to me. Available always. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Vanita. Thank you so much for this wonderful session. And thank you, everyone, for being so patient, being regular here with us to understand, because that's the core as well. Because if you are missing out on anything, you may not be able to correlate with the flow. So thank you so much. We'll see you tomorrow again. Tomorrow we have Ashu, who will be conducting the session tomorrow on grounding earth. Thank you so much. See you all.
Bye-bye. Thank you. Thanks so much.